Today, I want to share with you my 5 tips for growing hydrangeas in the South. If you can't tell, I've got a little bit of twang in my accent and a lot of experience in growing plants in the Deep South. The first tip I'm going to give you is to make sure you have the right hydrangea. There's tons and tons of hydrangeas on the market. 3 main classes: Hydrangea macrophylla, or the big leaf hydrangea. They're going to have those big pom-pom florist cuts that you're used to seeing in the grocery store. Then we've got Hydrangea arborescens, which are going to be a native hydrangea to the US. And then lastly, we've got Hydrangea paniculata, or the panicled hydrangea. This is the hydrangea that you want to grow in the South. It is going to give you the best success. Some of the plants I want you to look out for: this one right here, limelight hydrangea. It's going to get big for you and have these huge panicles. Little lime hydrangea. Next, our newest one, Little Lime Punch. It's going to give you this awesome green flower that is going to age into various different colors of pink. It is stunning in the landscape. Unfortunately, in the South, we're not going to get that huge punch of pink flowers, but you are going to get some pink coloration, better than most in the market. One of the biggest complaints I get from growers in the South is that their panicle hydrangea died. Well, we can do a few extra things to make sure that it survives. So my next tip is to plant it in the right place. So we started with the right plant, now we're at the right place. In the South, we want to plant our hydrangeas in the shade. As much shade as you can give them. They're still going to flower beautifully for you, but they're going to not fry like they do in the full sun. So where I want you to look for places on the east side of your house or on the north side. These locations are going to be protected from our afternoon sun. These hydrangeas look gorgeous, but we're here in Michigan. It's August, I'm not even sweating. So they're perfectly adapted here, but if you just change it a little bit and give them a little cooler temperatures, they'll be good in the South. One of the things that I always hear is people want to amend their potting hole where they're digging their plant. This can be good and bad for a lot of different reasons. The main reason that it's bad is that people are doing this in clay soils. So for my next tip, I don't want you to amend that soil. We're going to mulch heavily. And if you've got a heavy clay soil, if you'll just plant a couple of inches high, so right where that soil level is in the pot, plant it a couple of inches higher in your hole. You can mound the soil up around the edges and then give it a nice layer of 2 to 3 inches of either shredded pine bark or pine straw. This is going to keep those roots nice and cool. Another problem southern growers have: they overwater. Okay, so everybody's been out to their grandmother's house, this nice row of hydrangeas. They look beautiful in the morning, but you go out at 5 o'clock and they are wilting. They're just shriveling up. Don't freak out. God gave us a really good moisture meter, so stick your finger just a couple of inches into the soil. If you feel that it's moist, they don't need any irrigation. If you go out there with your water hose and spray down the plant, it's not going to draw up water as quickly from the soil, and so then it's actually going to take it longer to rehydrate. Give it a night, come back in the morning, it'll be nice and fluffed back out, ready to go. So again, don't overwater. Use your finger, it's super easy. We don't have to buy any fancy instruments. Just get down there and see if your soil's wet. My last tip: Hydrangea paniculata can actually be pruned pretty hard. Just do it when they're dormant in the winter. Wait till all the leaves fall off, say January or February. Come out, you can remove anywhere from 1/2 to 1/3 of the plant just to keep it in check, because as we can see, limelight's pretty big. So if you want to keep it in the 4-foot range, it is very possible. You just have to get out with some hedge trimmers and knock them down. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've learned some good tips to make you successful at growing Hydrangea paniculata in the South. Make sure you look for our Proven Winners product in that white and black pot. We really want you to go try Little Lime Punch. I know you're going to be excited. If you have any questions, make sure you go to provenwinners.com/feedback.